Cleveland is taking on the Miami Dolphins in NFL Week 7. We've got the biggest Browns storylines, and there's a lot of juicy ones going into this game, folks. And guess what? The Cleveland Browns are favored in an NFL game this year. How about that? -3 in Cleveland. Welcome into the Browns Report, folks. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue. I've got you covered with a full preview of a game that Cleveland can absolutely win. Before we get into everything you need to know, hit that subscribe button, folks, because we are also in a subscriber battle with the Dolphins channel here at Chat Sports. It's early in our Week 7 sub battle, and they've got a short lead. 54 new subs on Dolphins today. The Browns Report's at 33. We can smash that subscribe button and overtake those Dolphins fans. I know we can, Browns fans. Okay, the first storyline that I think every Browns fan is dialed in on right now and feeling very passionate and emotional about is head coach Kevin Stefanski. There's no hiding it or sugarcoating it that he's on the hot seat right now, folks. I've seen it more than ever in his tenure in Cleveland. And, there's been times we've been pissed off at him. I never really fell in love with him as a Browns coach. Now we're starting to see the issues. His job is on the line. It's simple as that. And this game is more than winnable. It's expected you win. I showed you the spread. It's kind of funny that the losing coach of this game could literally be fired because Mike McDaniel's just as much on the hot seat. He has been this whole season as well for Miami. And I think Stefanski's got to go out there and prove something. Show us something. Beat the allegations that you're not an awful play caller because it's been killing our offense lately. We got some advanced metrics and stats to show you on that. But how about this? The scripted plays allegations for Kevin Stefanski. You see how he's literally all the way at the bottom there in terms of points on scripted plays. They're +5. Non-scripted plays, that says -80 when he's got to call the plays on his own, improvise in the middle of the game. The Browns' offense is awful. Negative expected points versus just a few on the ones they script for the first 15 plays of the game. There is a problem with the play calling, folks. It's boring. Stefanski needs to mix it up. I don't know how Quinshon Judkins only gets 12 touches last game. We're going to talk about that. And the clock management has been poor as well. But the Browns' offense as a whole, folks, right now in the NFL, they are dead last in total points. We've scored 82. It's less than any other football team. We're also dead last in points per game. We average 13.7. It's 32nd in the NFL. Yes, there's 32 teams in the NFL still, so that's dead last. I mean, that is an awful number. I need this team to go out there and score. And Stefanski, it starts with you and the play call. It's not all on coach, though. We got to move on to our next storyline. It is the pass catchers in Cleveland. Not just wide receivers, but also tight ends. Njoku and Fannin were dropping passes out there on Sunday. Wide receivers need to step it up, though, for sure, especially Jerry Jeudy. I'm very appalled in what I've seen from Jeudy this year after such a great breakout season for him last year. Jerry Jeudy leads the NFL in drops. He's got 8 through 6 weeks, more than anyone else. You know who's second on that list? Christian McCaffrey, who's not a wide receiver. He's a running back. So it's not even really his primary job to catch footballs. Jerry Jeudy is the number 1 wide receiver on our football team. If you have one job, it's catch the ball. How is he not doing that? Leads the league in drops. It's bad. And the Browns receivers as a whole, folks, this might make you throw up, so be careful. 2.4 yards of separation, dead last in the league. 13.1 miles per hour max speed, that's 30th in the league. It's probably because we got to get Bond involved a little bit more. 17 drops. That is most in the NFL. I just showed you Jeudy has the most in the NFL as a player. And the drops are coming at massive, key, crucial moments in the game, folks. If you're watching along with me on the watch parties, it's 3rd and 4th down. We're seeing major drops where we should be moving the chains. Gabriel's best throw of the day last Sunday was dropped by Fannin. It would have put us in the red zone. And we're going to talk about Gabriel more because he's not off the hook for last Sunday. But the drops, the production, the separation, it's all ugly right now for the Browns wide receiver room. And it's not just the receivers. Harold Fannin Jr., David Njoku, our tight ends are dropping balls as well. In key moments, those are supposed to be your safety security blankets for rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel. They're big targets. The Njoku especially should be making you feel safe. But the tight ends are dropping passes. The receivers are dropping passes. It's just not gelling as a unit right now, folks. And we got to show you this advanced metric from ESPN here, because ESPN, they went ahead and ranked 89 wide receivers and tight ends in receiver scores. So that takes into account how well they perform in getting open, making the catch, generating yards after the catch. This is where Browns pass catchers rank. Out of 89 total wide receivers and tight ends, Cedric Tillman is 76th, David Njoku is 81st, Harold Fannin is 82nd, Bond is 83rd, and Jerry Jeudy is 87th, nearly dead last. So yeah, basically the worst. 89 total wide receivers and tight ends, folks, they looked into. This is where Cleveland stacks up. I mean, I'll just let this sit. That is so atrocious, folks. Next storyline, where Cleveland needs some help, is quarterback Dillon Gabriel. What we've seen from 2 weeks, I'm going to dive into, give you advanced stats, metrics. Let's analyze the play of the rookie's first 2 starts. But before we do that, let's tell you about a word from our friends over at PrizePicks. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it is good to be right. And I am so hyped that football is back on Sundays. All is right with the world, and I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. And PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on PrizePicks. I've got a lineup coming up for Thursday night football. Jamar Chase, more than half a touchdown. Our old friend Joe Flacco, give me the less on 235.5 passing yards. No way he does that against the Steelers defense. And finally, Trevor Lawrence, more than half a passing touchdown, like what I've seen from him lately. You want to try and make some money? Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Folks, we got to be honest. We have to call it how it is. Gabriel doesn't look good. He does not look great at all. You could say, oh, that's a product of the offensive line being bad. That's a product of the receivers being terrible. I just showed you all the metrics. Totally fair. But that still can coexist. You could still say both those sentences and then say Gabriel doesn't look good at all. Deeper dive into what we've seen from Dillon. He averages 6 air yards per attempt and 4 per completion against the Steelers. That's not going to move the ball. That's not going to win football games. He completed 4 of 15 passes, thrown 10 or more yards downfield for 51 yards. He was 3 of 10 on passes of at least 10 air yards against the Vikings. Just inefficient going downfield. How in the world are we going to have success on offense when we're game planning like this and the quarterback can barely throw it past 10 yards? Look at the passing chart of Dillon Gabriel against the Steelers. Egregious. Green is the completions. There's barely anything past the first down marker, past 10 yards. Folks, it's the reason our offense is stagnant. And there's so many parts of it. But we need to tell the truth. That Gabriel does not look great in 2 weeks. And, there's been moments where he's fine. He's done okay. But through an entire NFL game, there's only a couple moments of good completions. It's not great overall. And I know it's early in his tenure, in his career as a starter in the league, 2 games in. But the fact is, we're not seeing deep connections right now. We're not seeing offense being moved. And we're last in the league in points per game. With Flacco, with Gabriel, it's looked bad. Those are the facts. So pressure's on Gabriel as well to show us something this Sunday against Miami. The next storyline for the Cleveland Browns. You need to feed Quinshon Judkins. Why on earth was he not a non-factor in the game against the Steelers. He's been our best player on offense this season. Our bright spot, the star, the beast. I call him Quinshon Judkins for a reason. The game plan needs to be centered around Judkins, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. But against the Steelers, this cannot happen. 12 carries for Judkins, 0 targets, a total of 12 touches. For 36 yards, he averaged 3 yards per carry. No touchdowns either when we had a short yardage situation at the goal line. Judkins wasn't in. What are we doing? How do you let that happen, Kevin Stefanski? 12 carries? Stefanski was asked about it, and he was asked about Judkins not getting the ball at the goal line. He said, they said, is there an excuse for that? He said, no. We need to do better. So you know you messed up. You know you screwed that up. You have no explanation for it. Give him the football. And get ready, because that Dolphins defense, folks, they're ranked 30th in total defense. And Browns fans, they are the worst rushing defense in the league. They're 32nd in rush yards allowed. Oh, the script is here. It's beautiful. It's all set up to be a Quinshon Judkins game. Feed Studkins the football against that 32nd ranked rush defense. He's going to have a field day. I'm firing up in fantasy football as well. You know he is in my lineup. And if this is not a Quinshon Judkins game, if Stefanski doesn't script the game plan around Judkins, I will crash out here on the show because it is inexcusable that he got 12 carries last week against Pittsburgh. No excuse, no reason for it. Feed the rookie QJ the football, number 10. Last game, Gabriel had thrown 52 pass attempts. It's as if they were literally just using the second half to evaluate Dillon Gabriel and not try to win the game. That's what it looks like from the outside perspective. Because how do you not give your best player on offense this season so far, Quinshon Judkins, more than 12 touches? Seems like they just want to see what Dillon could do. Do not let him throw 50 times against Miami, please. Their rush defense is awful. And Gabriel has not had a whole lot of success throwing the football. 200 yards on 52 pass attempts, 58 dropbacks. That's not the game plan. That's not the script of Stefanski. That's why I think it's a combination of all of it, and we should be feeding Judkins. But be the predictor, the fortune teller for me in the comment section, folks. Predict Quinshon Judkins' stat line against the Dolphins this Sunday. Comment below what you got for Studkins. For me, I think he goes over 100. If they feed him like they should against that Dolphins rush defense, that's awful. We're looking north of 130, folks. This is going to be a monster day. This might be 160 for Quinshon Judkins. Get hyped up about him and his performance coming up. Okay, the final storyline for Cleveland Browns fans that I think everyone is mad about or knows about if you've been following the Browns report and subscribe. The Browns' offensive line has been abysmal. And there's just no way around that. They have let up sacks. It's specifically the tackles. Guards are actually doing okay. Run blocking's fine. Antonio and Teller, they're old, but they're talented guards. The tackles are killing the offensive line. And to add insult to injury, no pun intended, Jack Conklin, Cam Robinson are dealing with injuries. Jack Conklin not expected to practice today on Wednesday due to concussion. Cam Robinson, probably in limited fashion today on Wednesday. Make sure you're subscribed to the Browns Report because I will keep you updated the minute we have injury news about our Browns players. But they're dealing with injuries. So tackles who are already performing bad are now hurt. We have to go to backup tackles, potentially. Also in the Browns injury report, David Njoku is not expected to practice on Wednesday, dealing with a knee injury. We saw him go down about 3 times in the Steelers game. Possibility we don't have him. I know he's a tough fella. I think he can ramp up, but at the moment, it seems like he will not be practicing due to a knee. So his status in question. We will keep you updated again on the Browns report if you're subscribed with those notifications on. Another note I just want to make about the Browns offense before we wrap up here. They have scored 17 or less points in 11 straight games now, folks. That extends their longest streak in franchise history. So they already broke their own record. They're now just extending it. We need to put up 20 this week, folks. There's no excuse not to. If we don't score 20 and we lose this football game against the Miami Dolphins, who have not been good this season, If we don't score 20 and lose, then I'm saying it. Fire Kevin Stefanski. Then I'm all in. Then it's over. I've seen enough. Because there's no excuse to lose this football game. We're getting a victory Monday this week, folks. Let's go beat up on those Dolphins. I know we can. We're favored. How many times do you see the Cleveland Browns favored in a football game this year? This is one of them. Vegas is saying we can win it. Everybody's saying we can win it. I'm saying it too. There's no excuse to lose this one, folks. So get ready, get hyped, join the watch party to see Cleveland destroy Miami, and make the call in the comment section. Comment your Browns versus Dolphins score prediction. I want to know what we're thinking, Browns fans, faithful before Sunday. Put it down there. I want to go through and see what everyone's thinking. I'll go read all your score predictions. I'm curious where we're at. Let me give you mine real quick as well. Give me Cleveland to finally put up 23 through Quinshon Judkins company. 23 points, 17. Cleveland wins. That's what I'm saying. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to the Browns Report here. What a fun episode previewing this football game. Subscribe if you love the Cleveland Browns. I'll be here for you every single day with Browns news and content. And like I said, I'm going live this Sunday, live streaming on YouTube for this Browns Dolphins watch party. Don't want to miss it. We'll be here for you, and we thank you all for tuning in to the Browns Report. We'll see you next time.